Sometimes the road takes you somewhere you're not supposed to find. The wrong turn, a dead GPS, an unmarked route. That's how it begins. Not with screams or ghosts, but with silence. Tonight on Dark Horror Bytes, we unravel a chilling tale that surfaced on a now-deleted trucker forum. The poster, a solo traveler, was driving across Nevada and stumbled on a motel that didn't appear on any map. What happened during their stay was so disturbing they posted their story and vanished days later. This is their account. I stayed at a motel in Nevada. The rules were nailed to the door. I've done long drives before. I used to drive from Michigan to California in one stretch when I was younger. But this time I wasn't just driving for fun. I was moving. My lease was up. My girlfriend and I had broken up. My job had gone remote. So I loaded up my old Chevy Blazer, strapped in my dog Max, and headed west. Everything was going fine until Nevada. GPS started acting up. Signal dropped completely. Then the sun started setting way too fast. I was somewhere between Ely and Tonopah, pure nothingness. I hadn't seen another car in an hour when the heat haze parted, and I saw a blinking neon sign ahead. Desert and Motel, vacancy. It looked like a hallucination, but the lights were real. The parking lot had gravel. A boarded-up pool sat to the left, and a rusted Coke machine leaned against the office door. I pulled in. Max started growling, deep in his throat. Not like he saw a squirrel. Something primal. I should have listened to him. Inside the office, it was like stepping into the past. Rotary phone. Ashtray filled with lipstick-stained butts. A TV playing static in the corner. Behind the counter sat a woman in her 50s, hair up in curlers, eyes bloodshot like she hadn't slept in years. She didn't smile. "Room 7's open," she rasped. $50. Cash only. I handed her the money. "Keys in the door already," she added, eyes still on the static screen. "Rules are nailed to it. Read 'em. No ID check. No clipboard. No small talk. Just a warning." Room 7 was all the way at the end. The overhead bulb flickered above it like a dying insect. And sure enough, on the outside of the door, nailed and crooked with rusted nails, was a splintered wooden board with rules carved into it. Not written. Carved. Max growled again. I ran my fingers over the words. Splinters bit my skin. Desert and Motel. Room 7 rules. 1. Do not open the curtains after midnight. 2. If someone knocks, ask, "What color is the sky?" 3. If they say anything other than yellow, do not open the door. 4. Keep the bathroom light off after 3:33 a.m. 5. You may hear footsteps in the ceiling. That's normal. Do not acknowledge them. 6. Max must sleep on the bed. 7. You must leave before 6 a.m. sharp. If the door is stuck, do not scream. I laughed. Some kind of horror-themed Airbnb stunt? I was tired. I needed a bed. So I unlocked the door. Inside it smelled like wet wood and something sour. The bedspread was mustard yellow. The wallpaper peeled at the corners. There was no clock. No phone. No TV. Just a single lamp and a Bible with torn pages. Max hesitated at the doorway, hackles raised. "Come on, buddy," I whispered. Eventually he jumped on the bed and curled into a tight ball, still watching the door. I pulled the curtains shut, double-checked the lock, laid down. At 11:57 p.m. I woke up without knowing why. Then came the knock. 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 I froze. Max whimpered. I sat up slowly and remembered the rule. Ask, "What color is the sky? What color is the sky?" I whispered, throat dry. A voice replied, soft, childlike. "Blue." My stomach dropped. My skin turned to ice. Another knock. Scratching. Nails against wood. Then a soft thud like someone pressing their head against the door. Then silence. I didn't sleep after that. I kept the lamp on. Max was shaking under the covers. Then came the sound. Footsteps. Above me. Slow, heavy, deliberate. This was a one-story motel. The steps started at the door, paced to the window, and back again. I gripped the lamp like a weapon. Max sat up, ears flat, eyes wide. At one point, the ceiling creaked directly above the bed. I nearly vomited from fear. Then silence again. I didn't move until 3:30. I had to pee. Phone said 3:34 a.m. Rule 4, keep the bathroom light off after 3:33 a.m. I didn't turn it on. I used my phone flashlight, aimed at the floor. While peeing, I heard breathing. Behind me, inside the mirror. Not mine. Not Max's. What? Gurgling. I turned slowly. In the dark mirror, I saw shapes moving. Fingers sliding across the glass from the inside. Then a voice, no louder than a whisper. You opened the curtain. I hadn't. Had I? I rushed out. Shut the bathroom door. Sat on the bed, panting, shaking. Max stood at the window. The curtain was swaying. At 5:50 a.m., I grabbed my keys and bag. I had no plans to stay for the free continental breakfast. Max was ready too. I tried the doorknob. It wouldn't budge. I twisted harder. It was locked from the outside. I remembered Rule 7. If the door is stuck, do not scream. My mouth opened, but I clenched my jaw shut. I stood there, hand on the knob, sweat pouring down my back. The footsteps returned above me, then stopped. At 6 a.m. sharp, the door opened on its own. The air outside smelled like rain, even though the sky was clear. I didn't look back. I ran to the office. It was different now. Dark, dust-covered, cobwebs hanging from the ceiling. The woman was gone. The static TV was shattered. In her place on the counter sat a rotting key ring with only one tag left. Room 7. I bolted out the door. I drove non-stop for 40 minutes before I found a gas station. I rushed inside. The clerk, a kid maybe 20, saw my panic. Where'd you come from? He asked. Desert and Motel, I said. About 30 miles east. His face dropped. Dude, desert and burned down in 1987. A gas leak. 7 guests died. Room 7 had a kid and his dog. They never found the bodies. My mouth went dry. You're messing with me. Google it, he shrugged. I did. And he was right. But that wasn't the worst part. I checked my phone's camera roll. There was a picture I didn't take. A blurry shot of me, sleeping in bed. The curtains wide open. Something standing in the corner. Watching. Some places aren't real in the daytime. They wait for the lost, the tired, the ones who stray too far from the road. And if you're lucky, you make it out. But you'll never sleep the same again. If you're ever on a forgotten stretch of Nevada highway and see a flickering motel sign, drive past, no matter how tired you are. And if you do stop, don't break the rules. Thanks for watching Dark Horror Bytes. Hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more true horror stories every week. Until next time, stay on the road.